dinner time here at the Young's house, and I couldn't be more excited to show you all what I'm making. Today I'm making some baked chicken thighs. It's been not chicken thighs, but chicken legs. It's been a while since we've had chicken legs. I rarely make them, but when I make them, I pack the flavor in them. So I have some beautiful, these are huge chicken legs. I've washed them off using lime juice, salt and cold water. You kind of give them a nice rub together, and then you rinse them off and pat them dry. I have found that not only does it get the meat clean, I know that there's a lot of people that don't even clean the meat. I find that not only it gets my meat clean, but it gives a great flavor as well. You know, that salt and that lemon or that lime, I love the flavor that it gives. Okay, so we got chicken legs, beautiful sweet Vidalia onion, a gorgeous bell pepper. You're gonna need some butter. Okay, and I have some couscous that we're going to serve alongside of this. If you've never had couscous, you're going to want to stay tuned and watch this video because it is absolutely amazing. It's kind of like a rice, but kind of like a pasta, and it's these little pearls, and they are so smooth and delicious. They're creamy, they're buttery, they're like, it's like everything your taste buds want. Inside of my couscous, I like to put the butter, a little chicken bouillon powder, and some Parmesan cheese, okay? Sometimes you'll see me put a couple raisins in there, but we're not gonna do the raisins today because I ain't got none, all right? We have some broccoli. My husband wanted fresh broccoli today. So I'll figure out if I'm gonna put it into like a cheese sauce. We'll just kind of figure it out as we go. Or if I'm just gonna put it in a flavorful butter after we steam it. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make dinner, Gina Young style. Let me tell you the spices I'll be using today. I have chicken bouillon powder. I'll be using that for the salt. If you don't have it, you don't want to use it, just use salt. If you can't use salt, leave it out. Okay, we have garlic and onion powder. I'll be using some Worcestershire sauce to put some flavor into these legs. Okay, I have some paprika. More than anything is for flavor. I have black pepper, Italian seasoning, and I'm going to use some garam masala. Garam masala is going to fragrance the whole air and put some flavor in there that we're looking for. Let's cook dinner. The first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and get started chopping up or slicing some veggies. I have a bell pepper. Typically around my house, I always have the green bell pepper, you know. It's always going to bring a great color to the recipe, but not only that, great nutrients that you want, okay? Anymore, I find when you buy the other color bell peppers, they charge you an arm and a leg. They charge you an arm and a leg for it. So the green bell pepper will do me just fine. When you see me use the red and the orange ones or the yellow, it's because it was on sale, and I'm not kidding. All right, gorgeous. This is what we're going to do with the bell peppers and the onions. We're going to chop it just like so. And what's going to happen with these peppers and onions is we're going to roast it in the same pan. It's going to roast underneath the chicken, and it'll release its flavor, and the chicken will at least release its flavor and seasonings onto these vegetables. And honestly, we eat these vegetables that was up under that chicken like kind of as a side dish. My husband will tell me, pile on those roasted vegetables because they are so flavorful and they taste super good. So now if you have some celery or some carrots, you can do that same thing. Put it up under your chicken next time you bake it, or even your pork chops, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing with the onion. That's a huge onion. It's a sweet Vidalia onion. I don't believe I'm going to use all of it. I have an old pan that I absolutely love to use. It's beat up. It's all beat up, but it's my favorite. Right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get those bell peppers. Yep. Right into this pan, and we're going to do the same thing with this nice sweet onion. This is, although it's a frying pan, it is oven proof. So I use that to make fried potatoes and all of my baked things like the chicken and the pork chops and the pork steaks. That's the one that I use. All right, lovely. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with the onions, but I'm going to slice the onions. I just want to slice them real quick in hopes that they don't make me cry. So let's do this quick as we can. I know I've done all the tricks. Everybody's told me all of your tricks, and none of them worked, except for the one time when that lady told me to put my head in the freezer before I cut the onion. I tried it, and I was live. I was doing like a live cooking session, and it worked. And she laughed, and everybody laughed, but I can't do that every time it's time to cut an onion, right? Lovely. Now, let's go ahead and season up this meat, and I'm talking about season that thing. If you want flavor, you cannot be afraid to season your food. This is Worcestershire sauce. Be mindful that you're not using soy sauce, although you could. But if you want this flavor, you need Worcestershire. Sometimes people can get the two mixed up because they look so similar, you know, in the same type of bottles, right? This one here is the garlic powder, and on purpose, you may see I'm putting a lot in, all right, because I want that flavor. Onion, all right, I'm gonna move them around a little bit, making sure that everything is getting that flavor that I'm looking for, okay? Oh, I mean, it smells great already. Are you kidding me? We're gonna put some paprika for the color. If I had some sazon, you know I'd be using it. I just don't have any. I'm gonna have to pick up some, or basically, you know, order through Instacart or have my husband pick up some next time he goes to the dollar store anymore. You can find sazon in those little orange packets, and I love it. I use it anytime I can. You know, a lot of times I use it for the Puerto Rican foods, you know, but I use it on all kinds of stuff. I'm going to pour some Italian seasoning in here. I do understand that there are some people that's not a fan of Italian seasoning. If you do not like it, you don't have to use it. But yet you can still enjoy the recipe, just leave it out, okay? So let's put us some black pepper in. Don't be shy. All right, and then we're going to go in with a nice amount of garam masala. I'm not going to be shy with the garam masala. Okay, this is a seasoning that's used in a lot of Indian cooking. Oh yeah, and it's just so interesting. It really is. It's an interesting smell, interesting spices that typically we wouldn't use, but I sure do love it, right? And so it's going to pick up, this chicken is going to pick up that lovely flavor. I'm going to set this chicken on my counter for about a half an hour before we even get to cooking it, so it can kind of marinate with these spices and pick up the flavor that I'm looking for, okay? I'm gonna put some bouillon powder in, okay? That's gonna be for my salt today. Lovely. Let's move this around a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm talking about flavorful chicken. And you just put it in the oven and then you can walk away. Inside of the pan, I will be putting either broth or it might be water into my pan just to kind of get the chicken to going. You know what I mean? It's not going to steam it. It's going to do what it wants because we're not putting too much, you know, liquid in the pan, okay? And I will be putting about 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter in my pan where the chicken goes as well. So what we'll do, let's turn around and go ahead. Look how well seasoned that is. Are you kidding me? Put the chicken right in on top of those lovely vegetables. If you got carrots and celery, that's even better. Okay, turn your oven on 350, and that's the temperature we're cooking it on. All right. I went ahead and put the water in, just about this much water. It kind of comes like halfway up the chicken. The oven is preheated, and you can see that I put 2 nice tads of butter so we can have a nice rich flavor going on. This is going into the oven. Let's start on our broccoli. You see, I got my computer here. I just released my first video of the day for YouTube, and this is the second video. And then when I'm done with this, once this starts to upload into the computer system, I'm going to start on about 18 smaller videos for, you know, another platform. So I'm all excited because I'm moving in the right direction. I got good timing. The time right now is 5:22. So I'm super happy with the way everything is going. So now I've washed off my broccoli. Wash your broccoli off. Wash your fruits and vegetables off. You never know who's handled them, you know. All right, I'm gonna leave a little bit of the stem because I do like it, but most of the stem, get rid of it. There's always gonna be those people that say, keep the stem, you know, use it for a stock. You can do that if you want. I'll be putting some water in here. I'm also gonna flavor my broccoli with some bouillon, okay? Chicken bouillon. Not too much, but that's gonna be used in replace of my salt, okay? And then I'll cover it with foil, just kind of let it steam. And I'm thinking about putting it into a cheese sauce. We'll just kind of see. So now for our couscous. The box requires you to put a certain amount of broth or either water in. I just put some water. I just put some water because there's so much flavor packed in this little seasoning pack. And then I'm going to put some butter in. I'm going to use a half a stick or a little under a half a stick. I want it to be creamy dreamy, right? And so we're going to melt the butter or cook the butter and the water together. I'm going to put a tiny bit of bouillon, okay? Just a little bit. That's good. Because I don't want it to be salty. And inside of here, what you'll find, this doesn't go in until the recipe is done. When it's done, shake you some in and just kind of turn it around. That's what I do. And the flavors that I like, they have a garlic, like a roasted garlic couscous. I do like it. But more than that one, I like this Parmesan one. Here's your lovely seasoning that is Chef's Kiss. And you'll find these little tiny, like little balls. You can barely see them. But they do swell. So once this comes up to a boil, you put the couscous in that we put the chicken bouillon, the butter, and the water. It's going to come up to a slight boil. As soon as you see it, you turn it off, you cover it. 5 minutes later, you come back and fluff it. If you want to put just a few raisins in yours, or maybe even some green olives, you put it in towards the last minute, like when I told you you're going to put the Parmesan in, okay? So we'll be back after this starts boiling. Our broccoli's cooking up and it smells gorgeous. Everything has blended together. The butter's pretty much melted. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our couscous in. I really was thinking about making 2 of these. But honestly, when I think about it, 1 is going to be enough because earlier I made a au gratin potato casserole. And so I think that'll be plenty enough instead of making 2 boxes of this couscous. Right? So we're going to give this a nice stir. Oh my goodness. I love this. Put any meat alongside a couscous and you're going to be happy. Have it for breakfast. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's lovely. All right, so easy to make. Just like so. I started eating couscous when I started making a lot of Haitian dishes, right? Because it goes perfect with like Haitian foods and the Haitian chicken with sauce that I make. But a lot of people, they kind of veer away from it, maybe because they've never tasted it. I always like to tell everybody, don't knock something until you try it. You hear me? All right, let's go ahead and put that seasoning pack in if I can get it open. Gorgeous. Put the foil on it and we'll come back and look at it in a couple minutes and throw us some Parmesan on. And this is done. Smells magnificent. Oh yeah. Let's check in on our couscous and I have to taste it. It's my favorite. I really, being honest, I could eat all that by myself. By myself I could, but I ain't. I'm gonna leave some for them. All right, Parmesan. We're gonna give it a nice stir around. Yes. Hoo-wee. Someone had asked me, they said, does it have a consistency like grits? No. Does it have a consistency like potatoes? No. Like I said earlier, the best way that I could describe it is it's a consistency between rice and a noodle. Okay, these little tiny pearls. I want some more butter, okay? And then we'll go in and taste it. All right, let's do that now. I gotta have that flavor that I'm looking for. Oh. You have to try this. You just have to. Broccoli, it's perfectly done. I'm hoping you can see me through the steam. Look at that. That little bit of liquid that's in there, I'm leaving it. Because remember, I put bouillon powder in there. There's all flavor. I'm going to put this butter in here. Cover it with foil. Let it melt. And that's it. I'm going to put some onion powder. I'm not going to do the cheese since we have those au gratin potatoes, you know. This right here is lovely. Not too mushy. They still have some nice bite to them. And all we're waiting on is this lovely chicken, and I am so excited. Tell me what you're cooking today. That chicken doesn't look amazing. Oh my goodness. And all of that liquid down in there is so much flavor. And take that liquid and pour it over your couscous. Look at this. Yes. Oh my goodness, that broccoli is done to perfection. And the couscous. make you some. I know. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on, tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, on today, we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your mighty love. Amen. Let's go ahead and make up a plate, and we're going to call it a day. At least for YouTube, we are. All right, look at this. Oh, the broccoli. Get right on there. Ooh. So we really have the choice of either having couscous or the au gratin potato casserole, you know. But for this plate that I'm making, I'm going to go ahead and put couscous on this plate. Oh, how about 2 chicken legs? Look at that. Yes, and those vegetables that are roasted, remember I told you, put them on top. Oh my goodness. I know. Who's excited? You're excited. And I can't wait to hear that you made this recipe and you absolutely loved it. Make you some, Gina Young style. You're going to absolutely love this recipe. Make you some. I know. Before I go, let me give you a nice close-up. And until tomorrow, God bless. Good night.